Hi, and welcome to our Facebook Friday. We will get started in just a second. Just want to make sure I have everything together and that you can see everything that you need to see. So, just to give you an update on a couple of things. This month we have a fantastic starter kit special. So if you have a long wish list and you would like to get it all now, this is your time to do that. You can order $165 worth of product for only $99 plus tax. There's no shipping on that order, and you can get information on that at inkycreationsbylinda.com and go to the page on that website that says join my team, and it will give you a link to sign up. But it is a great starter kit special. Honestly, this is probably one of the best ones that I've seen since I've started in Stampin' Up. And it's super fun. You're not obligated to sell anything additional or to even buy anything additional. But it's a great way to build friendships, to get a lot of good inspiration, and just be able to take place in a lot of fun Stampin' Up! Events that we have just by buying the starter kit. So if you do that, you will get a minimum 20% discount on everything that you do decide to purchase between now and, let's see, if you sign up in May, you will get that discount through at least September. And so this is a great time to take advantage of that if you're interested or if you have a really long wish list. The other thing is I do have on my Facebook page right now a link for you to go to my BOGO page to buy one, get one free. And that will be going on through the end of the month. If you would like to get information on these particular items as well as any of my card kits that are available, you can go to my website, inkycreationsbylinda.com, and you can sign up and join my email list, and then you will get all of this information coming straight to your inbox so that you don't have to go and search for it. So with that being said, today we are going to be using one of the new sets, and I think this is so cute. It's called paper tags. There are dies that come with this. So if you want the bundle, you can get 10% off if you buy the stamps and the dies together. And these are really cute. And I have paper stuck to me. And what's really fun is we have these little dies that almost look like a dog bone. That's what they kind of remind me of. But you know what else they're good for is you can wrap ribbon on them. And so they're really great. But they actually fit this die really well. And so you can either fit this around this, or there's one that's a little bit bigger that's more curly Q, and it goes around it as well. But super fun. We are not going to use these stamps today, but we're going to use several of the others in this set. But I really like this stamp set, and it kind of shows off some of our new colors is what we're going to be focusing on today. So if you would like to get the card kit that we're making today, you can place an order for $40 or more using this QR code. And I will also be sending out a link, and I will put one in the comments for this Facebook Live. And if you use that link and buy a card kit or place an order of $40 or more, I will send you a card kit to make the 3 cards that we are making today for free. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Our first card is going to use a peach pie card base. There we go. And this is peach pie, and then we have a piece of Summer Splash that has been embossed with the eyelet, embossing folder. Sorry, I lost my train of thought there for a minute. And then we are actually going to be using the Secret Sea ribbon, which is really pretty. It's kind of a dark blue, almost black, but it's just really pretty. And I think you will like this. So the first thing we're going to do before we put the ribbon on and before we adhere anything to the card base is we are going to take our designer series paper and adhere this to our embossed cardstock. So the designer series paper that we are using today is Florals in Bloom, and it's one of our newer designer series paper in the annual catalog, and it's just super pretty, and I like it because it has all of the new in colors in it, which that's always fun to kind of get acclimated to those in colors because they're going to be around for 2 years. So, and they're just gorgeous this year. They're kind of the colors of the sunset, which makes it really nice. So you will see that one of my goals is over the next few weeks to show you a bundle that we have that uses sailboats. And so using these colors will be beautiful with that. All right, so once you have your designer series paper on here, we're going to use our tear and tape, and we are going to put a little bit of this on the back so that we can attach our ribbon onto this. And I'm going to run our ribbon right along the edge of the designer series paper. So I just kind of want to put some tear and tape on the back that's about where that meets. So we'll do another piece right here. And then take off the backs. And then you will have a piece of ribbon in your card kit. And you will want to take this and just kind of wrap it around the back and adhere it back there. And then come around on the other side and kind of put that down. Then we will trim this. But I love this Secret Sea ribbon. I just think it's really pretty, and it's definitely different than anything we've had before. Like I said, I love the fact it reminds me of the old-fashioned chalkboards, which is probably dating me, but that's what it reminds me of. So let's see. And we're just going to put another piece of tear and tape on the top of this just to make sure that our ribbon doesn't unravel. And then we will put some dimensionals on the top on this particular embossed cardstock. And that way we'll give it just a little bit of height whenever we put this on our card base. Okay. And so let me peel the backs of these off. I hope you guys are ready for a nice long weekend, and I hope you're getting a weekend. I know that I think here in Texas we are supposed to be getting more storms on Sunday going into Monday, but hopefully they won't be too bad. So we are going to put this, just center this on, on your card front. Let me pull that up. There we go. Kind of stuck before I had it centered. All right. So once you get that centered on here, then you will have a scratch piece of white cardstock. And we are going to be using this stamp, which is really cute. It says, "May your day be filled with sunshine and laughter." How fun is that? And I'm going to use the Secret Sea ink to stamp this. So we are just going to load up our ink pad. I always feel like I'm challenged whenever it comes to doing this on camera because I feel like I can't move my arms. Let me move that so I don't stick my finger in it. All right, and then you will die cut this out, or you can fussy cut it. And with the magic of TV, Here it is, and it's already been done for you. One thing that is kind of nice is you'll notice after you die cut it, this is actually split. So if you wanted to take this and then just wrap it around like ribbon that you already had tied in a bow, you could do that. And so, but this is our tag, which is super cute. I've also seen this where they went back with the blends, maybe with yellows or with strawberry slushes, and they colored in some of the words, like with the sunshine, they made that yellow, and just very, very pretty. So there's a lot that you can do with this. So this is kind of one of those quick and easy cards, but I just think it's really pretty, and I love this designer series paper. It just makes for really pretty cards, and you don't really have to do a whole lot because the paper is just gorgeous. All right, and so we are just going to kind of put this at an angle like that. And let's put some, I'm going to be using some of our 2025 to 27 in color flat pearls on this. And I'm going to use the cloud cover pearls that are on here just to kind of bring in a little bit of that bluish color that's so pretty, that goes with the Secret Sea so well. And then we'll put maybe one over here, and then we'll put a little one up here. Okay, so this is card number 1. So this is just kind of a simple card, but really pretty. So may your day be filled with sunshine and laughter. How fun. All right, so for card number 2, whoops, let me put this where it doesn't get messed up. We are going to be using a white cardstock base. And every time I use purples, I always think of, we have quite a few people on our team that love purples. So I always think about them. Before I glue anything down, I'm going to stamp on this piece of fresh freesia, because I want to, if I don't like it or if it doesn't come out straight, before I glue anything down, I want to be able to flip it over if I don't like it. So I'm just going to kind of lay my designer series paper on here. And this is fresh freesia cardstock. And then I took the designer series paper and I cut out like a 3 by 1 inch, or I'm sorry, 3 strips of the 3-inch by 1-inch strips, and I did them right in a row so that you can tell that these kind of all go together. And then we're going to use our Petunia Pop ink on this one. Let's see. And we are going to stamp using this stamp that says, "Consider this a paper hug," which is always fun. So let me see if I can get this straight. It's always a challenge whenever I'm doing it on here because there's all these glares. Oops, that's very crooked. So let's try it again on the back. And this is why I don't glue anything down first. I just tend to lay my paper on there so that if I mess it up, I get a second shot. Okay, tell you what, I am going to test this on something. I'm going to use this because I feel like sometimes with these, okay, there we go. All right, sometimes with these, whenever they have, you can't see through them because they are the red rubber, then you kind of have to see where it's going to line up. Okay, so that's a little better. All right, so now we can glue down our designer series paper. See, again, this is, hey, Tammy, how are you? This is always fun because you can kind of see what happens in that. Sometimes we all have to take more than one shot at getting things the way we want them. All right, so then I'm just going to glue down that, and then I'm going to do the bottom one next. And so let's flip that over. And then we will do the one on top of it after we get this one down. But I usually like to do this one, and then I'll do the one on top of that just so I can kind of space it out the way I want it to be. All right. And then, you know, you can make this as high or as low as you would like it. All right. So now we are going to take this and glue this onto our Petunia Pop paper. And so let's put some adhesive on the back of it. And you can see where... I'm glad you're feeling better, Tammy. Hopefully this weekend you'll see even more improvement. So we're going to center this on here. And again, these are all kind of simple cards, but they just, you know, kind of, to me, they highlight the designer series paper that's just beautiful. All right, so I'm going to use adhesive, or I'm sorry, dimensionals. Of course it's adhesive, but we want to do the kind that pops it up just a little so that we can kind of give it a little more of a height perspective. Hey, Anna, I just saw you pop on. So Anna and Tammy, because I don't think you guys were here for the beginning, we are using the paper tags bundle today, and those are the stamps that we're using. I love this set. When we saw this at Onstage, I just kind of fell in love with it, and I just thought it was super cute. And again, I'll show you the first card that I did in just a minute, but it reminds me of the old-fashioned chalkboards. So for those of us that are over, I don't know, a fun, ripe age, those are always good times. Here's the first card that we did, and I just love the Secret C using this stamp. It really reminds me of the old-fashioned chalkboards that, you know, we used to all go crazy over. All right, so again, I'm going to use our 25 to 27 flat color pearls. And so, let's see, we will put one up here. We'll put a smaller one, maybe a little bit down here, and then do one more kind of over here. Okay, so this is card number 2. So I just love this paper. It's so pretty. There's nothing on the inside, but you can always decorate it with whatever you'd like. That stamp set has one that also says, consider this, or we have that, but it has happiness enclosed. It has just for you, you are so very kind, or it's a wonderful day to celebrate you. So there's a lot of nice stamps that you can use along with these card fronts. Okay, all right, so our final card, which honestly, this one is my favorite. I'll just be really honest, but I love this strawberry slush paper. I just think it's so pretty. And so we are going to be using a strawberry slush card base, and then we will have a piece of white that is embossed with the exposed brick embossing folder. And before we put this down on our cardstock, we are going to use our gold striped mesh ribbon. and we are going to take this and put this across the top. Okay, so before you put anything on here, because I know that I have made that mistake before of adhering things before I was supposed to, I'm going to use a little bit of my tearing tape and put on the back so that I can fasten down my ribbon. If I can get it off my finger. I hope you guys have had a good week. I'm really thankful that it's a 3-day weekend. It's always nice. All right, so then I'm just going to peel this off. I don't know about you guys, but I love our tearing tape. I actually use it a lot more than I used to, but it has become a real staple in my craft room because I use it quite a bit. All right, so I'm going to take this, and I don't want to put it super high up, but I also don't want to put it really low. Maybe a third of the way, and just adhere that there, and then kind of fasten it on the back. And then I'm going to trim this. There we go. Move that out of the way. Okay. And then just to keep that ribbon down and make sure it doesn't pop back up, I'm going to put one more piece of the tearing tape over this to hold down those edges so that it doesn't come up on me. Okay. And then we'll go ahead and take the top off of this because I'm going to use regular adhesive to attach this to the card base. If I was using dimensionals, I probably wouldn't take the back off. I would just put a dimensional over it. But since we're not popping it up, I'm going to go ahead and do that. All right, so let's just grab some glue or some Stampin' Seal, whichever you prefer. And we are going to put this on the center of our card front. Okay, so all right. And then you will have a piece of strawberry slush that is die cut with the textured notes dies. I just love those. And I think my designer series paper is not cut to the right dimensions. So let me grab another piece and we will cut that. Let's see. Here it is. I think it needs to be about a 1/2 inch longer. I'm not sure what I did there. So we're going to say 2 5/8. I cut these late last night, and I thought I had everything cut correctly, but obviously I miscalculated on that one. So let's see. Let's try it again. Tell you what, we'll just use this because I can't seem to find the other piece that I was working off of. Okay. All right, we'll just do that. All right, so we want this to be, let's see if I have this where I say I do. 2 1/8 by 3 7/8. Okay, the 3 7/8 part is fine, but I think instead of the 2 1/8, I think this is supposed to be, yep, 2 5/8. So let's try that instead. Let me grab my trimmer. And let's see, 2 5/8. That does not, is that right? Maybe it's right. We'll find out. All right, let's see if we got it right. Because I have the width correct. Yeah, that might actually be a little bit. Let's take about 1/4 of an inch off. And I think we'll be good. So I'll give you the right directions or the right dimensions here in just a second. Let me just get it correct first so that I don't mess you up. Yep, that's right. And then We want this one to be 3 7/8. All right. Okie doke. So here are the correct dimensions to go, inside of that rectangle. It is 2 3/8 by 3 7/8, okay? And you're just going to adhere this in the middle of your die cut rectangle. So let's put some adhesive on the back of that. Yeah, Anna, I agree. The colors in this paper are just gorgeous. It's probably one of my favorite papers. I have used this now not only for our card club this month, but also for my card class that I did at my house a couple of weeks ago, and everybody just loved it. But I just think it's so pretty. Okay, so then we are going to put this on here, but before we do that, you will have a small die cut square, and I'm going to use the Strawberry Slush ink, and we are going to stamp, "You are so very kind." Here we go. So, and I love the font on this. It kind of reminds me, my husband and I were talking about this last night. It kind of reminds me of the font they used to use like in the old movies. Maybe not, but that's what it kind of reminds me of a little bit. So let's just take this and try to get this straight. There we go. All right, so then I'm going to set that off to the side and let it dry for a second. And then I am going to take this same gold mesh ribbon and tie a bow. And then we will adhere our rectangle down in a second and then finish assembling all of this. Whoops. Oh, good, Anna. I just saw your note about getting your monthly kit. That's awesome. Yeah, I knew they were supposed to get there this week. I wasn't sure which day. And especially with all the rain that everybody's been getting, sometimes there are weather delays with all that going on. Okay, let's see. Let's trim this out. This is probably not my prettiest bow, but it will work for what we're doing because at the end of the day, it's the paper that we're all about. Okay. All right. So I'm going to pop this rectangle up on some dimensionals just to give it a little bit of height. And so we will put about 4 or 5 of these on here. And then all right, so now I'm going to put this, make sure my flowers are right side up, kind of in the upper corner, but I'm going to leave just a little bit of room on the left so that I can attach that bow back there. Okay, so here we go. And then we are going to take our bow and put some glue dots on the back. And then we are going to adhere this kind of on the side, like this. Timmy, I don't know if you got this paper or not, because I don't see your orders. So, and then we are going to take some of the Strawberry Slush. Again, these are the in color pearls. And we are going to take these. Actually, I'm going to use this one because it has all 3 sizes. As you can tell, I have used a lot of these particular embellishments, and some of them are starting to run out. So we'll do one here. Oops, and I almost forgot to put this. I am just going to use regular glue on this because since this is popped up, I don't want to pop up anything else. So let's just grab a little bit of glue and put it on the back. And then just kind of put this to where I kind of lined up the left side, just so it wouldn't take up too much room, but yet your bow kind of frames it. And then I'm going to take one of the smaller dimensionals and kind of put it up here in the corner. That's why I tried to move my words down just a little bit. Okay, so this is card number 3. I just think this is so pretty, and it, you know, it's not super complicated, but the paper just makes it beautiful. So let me show you the 3 cards that we did today. It seems like we went really fast today. I don't know if I'm getting faster or if these were just easier than normal. So this was card number 1. Here's card number 2. And then this is card number 3. So if you would like a card kit to make these 3 cards, then you can place an order for $40 or more by Thursday, where's my note? Thursday, May 29th. And I will send you a card kit to make all 3 of these. You will receive everything you see here. The cardstock, everything will be die cut for you. The designer series paper will be in there, the ribbon, as well as the embellishments to put on these. And you will just have like 3 for this one, 3 for this one, and 3 for this one. So it won't have any extra embellishments. But if your order is $40 or more, then I will send you a card kit to make these. Also, if you are wanting a deal this month and you have a really long wish list, the starter kit is $99 and you will receive $165 of your choice of product for the $99 plus tax. No shipping is on that. And so you can do that through the 31st. And if you want information on purchasing the starter kit, you can go to inkycreationsbylinda.com. And on there, you will see a page for Join My Team. And it will give you a lot of the other benefits of purchasing the starter kit. But it's a great deal this month, since you get $66 in free product, which is super nice. But you're not obligated to buy anything else after that if you don't want to. But if you choose to, you do get at least a 20% discount on anything additional that you do buy. In addition to that, I do have on my Facebook page, I have a link to go to my BOGO page where I am doing a buy one, get one free. And so you can look to see what items are on that BOGO page. Those will be up and running through the end of May. And after that, I will probably delete those albums and take them down. But if there's anything you want in there, if you will comment on the photo that it is sold and put your email address, then I will confirm with you what it is and give you a link for you to go shopping. And then you can purchase new product from Stampin' Up. And by doing that, I will send you the stamp set, bundle, punch, embossing folder, whatever you choose, dies, to you for free. So it's really a good deal. It helps me clean out my craft room and it helps you to build up your collection. So if you are interested in that, please check that out. You can also send me a private message or leave a comment and I will get back to you. So these are today's cards. I hope you have a wonderful weekend and I hope you enjoy this and the other things that will be filling your craft room over the weekend. So have a great weekend and I will see you next week. Thank you for watching.